We're going to discuss if marriage is outdated, in our opinion. What is it good for today still? And yeah, because we wanted to explain the whole thing first, what it's like in Germany. Now we've done that. If you have any questions about details, ask us in the comments. We'll answer. And I'd say let's get started with the discussion.
I am bored. What should I do? Ah, ich weiß.
Get Germanized.
Yeah, I know your opinion. Nurgle thinks you say what you think.
I think it's an outdated concept.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
I agree. Like, I wouldn't need to marry. Like, I'm not going in a relationship with the goal of marriage in the end. But if the girl was to say, like, if I really, really loved her, right? And if she was to say, oh, I would like to get married, you know, I always wanted that, then I would say, oh, okay, I don't care. It's not for me so much that I don't want to do, like, I'm not hating the whole idea necessarily. I don't care about it enough to hate it.
It's super expensive.
Yeah, of course.
It's mostly just for her because, let's be honest, we don't really care about the whole process.
Yeah, like I said, I don't care. But, yeah.
Guys in general do not really need to wear a fancy suit, and
it is nice.
The future wife to wear, you know, a dress which is only worn once.
Expensive
really
ring.
Expensive.
In this expensive ring for like 4,000 euros or whatever. I don't know.
I don't know
how much you want to pay for that. How much is customary?
With a diamond, which is mined by slaves in Africa.
You know what would be funny?
Woman.
To have a ring with a piece of coal and say, here, make your own diamond.
It's got to be a diamond when we are old.
Exactly. You got to earn the diamond.
Let's wait together. Yeah.
Anyway,
if you want a diamond, go to South Africa and mine it for yourself. You gotta earn it.
Yeah, but what do you think? Is it necessary to have diamonds, to have a big wedding, to have, you know, what do you think? Is it outdated? Is it not outdated? We, I think, agree that it is outdated. My parents, for example, have been together for what, 40 years and they're not married. His parents...
Divorced twice.
So it doesn't have to work just because you're married. And there are many, many other examples, obviously, of marriages failing these days. Yep. Especially in times like now, right? Where like people change their minds like every 2 seconds and stuff.
I mean, I don't know what the rate is, but it's like 4 out of 5 marriages are failing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then you're left with bills for the whole thing, or you have to spend so much money on the whole thing, on this possibility of it not failing, you know? Yeah. And that's just not worth it, I don't think.
But I think the mistake most people make is to marry early in a relationship. It's like, we've been a couple 2 years or 3 years and it's going well, so let's marry and let's get all together. I think it's more, it should be approached in a different way. Let's say, if you're 10 years a really good couple and things work out, maybe you already have kids and it's all fine, then you can say, okay, as a treat for ourselves, let's get married.
Yeah.
Just to establish the whole thing and, I don't know. Because after 10 years and you're still happy, well, chances are after 30 years you will still be, you know, a couple together.
I mean, in Germany, I don't think that's that common to marry early. It's more a US thing.
It is.
But more in the US, I think. People get married at 20.
Yeah, okay.
Or 21.
Let's not say to marry early at an age, but to marry early in a relationship.
Oh, okay.
People who are in their 20s, the end of their 20s, they marry after 2 or 3 years because clock's ticking, time's running. That's
not smart at all, I don't think. No. I mean,
that's why marriages fail, I guess, because you don't give yourself the time to get really, I don't know, comfortable in the whole relationship thing. Yeah, because after 3 years you haven't mostly been through major fights or problems or whatever issues. So which starts after maybe 4 or 5 years for most people.
Sometimes 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, the cursed 7th year comes for every couple, I think, and you have to overcome all this shit. Yeah. To put it that way, and after that you can say, okay, let's get freaking married.
Yeah, because then you've really proven your relationship to each other, and you know, you made it clear that you want to stay together. You will stay together
And
either way.
you know why you are staying together.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Some people marry for immigration purposes. That's meant to fail.
Yeah, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah, that's a whole different story. But
But
people marry for the worst reasons these
most
days.
people marry for money. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it happens often, obviously, but
Let's be honest, girls.
or they marry because their relationship is failing already, and they want to try to save it. That happens as well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's a very special case, I guess.
Yeah, and that's stupid anyway. Yeah, just
It is.
Yeah, just an example.
No, I think it's for economic reasons to marry is quite common, because most often it's the guy who has more money than she does.
Grabs popcorn.
Nah,
Looks at comment section.
Come on. Let's be honest here. This is a fact. Women tend to marry up, and men tend to marry down mostly.
Well,
because men don't really care.
yeah, I just wanted to say
What
I don't
women
care
do.
about money.
Yeah.
What do you think, guys? Do you think that's true? Tell me in the comments, yes or no, or whatever else you have to say.
I don't really know people where he is dirt poor and she has tons of money. It's usually the other way around.
I don't know any
So
married
it's kind
couples
of-
actually.
Yeah, there's a word for it. It's hypergamy. You can look it up. It's like climbing the social ladder for marriage. It's a bit like in medieval times when some lords were marrying their daughters and sons and princes to, you know.
Establish relations.
Yeah, it's not really different today. Because look at freaking Hollywood stars. I mean, there's women who have dozens of millions in their bank account, and they're still marrying people who are even richer than them.
But that
Whereas
might,
many male celebrities, yeah,
that might also be though, if you marry another rich person, you know they won't marry you for your money. You know.
yeah, okay,
That could happen.
That's an argument. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
But I agree that is like, if I was a pretty girl and I didn't need to work because I'm so super pretty, I would probably say, hey, fuck it, I'm so pretty, I don't need to work, I'm gonna get a rich man. You know, I mean, is there anything wrong with that for us men? Yes, that's shit. I mean, most men, I don't think that they care necessarily if they have money. If they know that the girl, most likely if she's like 5 levels above him, so to speak, right? If she's a 10 and he's a 2 or a 1, then he knows, and that's fine if they're okay with that. But you know, if they take advantage and act as if they don't, you know, oh no, he's my soulmate or whatever.
Yeah,
You
right.
know, right? You know,
He's 98 years old and he's a millionaire, but he's my soulmate.
Yeah, and I hope he gets cancer soon. I don't know. No, you know what I mean, though, right? I agree that it happens often, yes. It doesn't have to be that way, yes, also. But it does happen often. I think.
It's a lot of ifs and
Yeah.
maybes and whens.
And maybes and whens. It depends on the person. You can't generalize everything, obviously. But, you know, what do you think, guys? I think this will be an interesting discussion in the comments.
The reason why we are talking about this in general is because we are approaching 30 years of age, and it's really an
Maybe
issue.
you do.
Yeah, you're already 40 or whatever.
Yeah, both of us are turning 30 way too soon.
Yeah.
And
Age is not a problem for us.
no, actually,
For
men,
males in general. Let's say.
males. Oh, I don't know if I should say that now with this next to me.
Whoa,
But
whoa,
did you see the question mark?
Where did that come from?
I don't know.
Didn't see it.
yeah. No, we
What's
thought
his idea?
This is a yeah. I thought that's funny. I thought it's a compromise, right? Either yes, ma'am, or no, ma'am, because I didn't find the yes, ma'am thing. If you know El Bundy, there's a yes, ma'am, and a no, ma'am shirt, right? National Organization Against Amazonian Masterhood, and I think the yes, ma'am is pro masterhood.
We're too lazy to put a maybe ma'am in.
Yeah, that's why there's a question mark. And we just wanted to keep it a compromise, a discussion, obviously. Just a funny background doesn't have a real meaning to us, so don't hate us too much because of that. Now I lost what I wanted to say. Got too nervous here.
Me too.
Yeah. Approaching 30, about to marry? No, not really.
Yeah.
Are we?
Many of our friends are getting married in a social circle.
Or talking about it at least.
Or talking about it, or being pressured into.
Yeah, if you
That was
really
not a
love
joke.
me.
It really is. It really is happening.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, well, a certain couple in my, circle of friends, I think they are 6 or 7 years in a relationship, and she's like, you know,
Expecting a proposal.
yeah, expecting a proposal is very nicely put.
She says either you propose or I'm out. Or
exactly.
What?
This is
I don't think that's correct.
It happens quite a lot.
Yeah,
but
I
he
think
did it eventually. So yeah, it's gonna be another wedding this year.
Lucky her.
Yeah.
Me as a person, I would never say, oh, if you don't want to marry me, you know, then it's off the whole thing. If I love someone, it should not matter.
It's all about security, being married, and that's kind of I can understand that. It's an economic security for. And if she wants to have kids, it's an economic security. But you can never ever be sure that someone who is married to you will not, you know, cheat on you or whatever.
Exactly.
Or run away, whatever.
Yeah.
It happens anyway. So what do you need marriage for?
Yeah.
Okay, it's for tax purposes, and I don't know. It makes sense in an economic sense.
I guess.
But that's it.
For some people, it would be a approval or an acknowledgement of, yes, oh, he really does love me still. Even after 7 years of our relationship, he still wants to get married to me. Maybe that's just, if someone is uncertain and doesn't know anymore, is this going anywhere? Will we be together for longer? Then that can be a reassurance.
But that's it. If you need such an extreme measure as an assurance,
that's
maybe you have some problems in a relationship. Is my opinion.
That's what I meant by some people do it for saving the relationship, maybe even just to get reassurance and say, no, that's not correct, that's not what you should do. But I think that might happen sometimes. Like,
I mean, I understand it, because many people, even today, in our generation, let's say, are very random. You do not know if someone is going to cheat on you, or is going to, I don't know, change his life plans to, I don't know, something completely different, because the integrity of character and morals and ethical values is really not given. I don't know if it's what was different 30 years ago or so, but today, well, you cannot be certain of anything. So I understand why some people would marry for safety, I don't know, economic security.
Yeah, I know that all too well. You know that, but that the people are sprunghaft, so to speak. They just they change their minds every 2 seconds. They think, oh, I'm too young for this, I'm too young for that. I need to I don't know, have 1,000 ball sacks hanging out of me before I can marry or whatever. I don't know. That's how some people's minds work.
Yeah.
And it's completely stupid. If they find someone they really like and that seems perfect, they still have this urge inside, oh, but I need to sleep with 5 other people first, you know? And that's completely fucked up. And that's why some people might want that for reassurance and safety reasons, marriage. I don't know.
But as I said, it's not a guarantee.
Yeah, it's not a guarantee. They might still say, oh, but I haven't had 1,000 ball sacks hanging out of me.
Yeah, thanks for the image.
That happens. Anyway, you get the point.
Certain people think they have to achieve a certain number of partners. With the hypergamy, it's always waiting for the next
next best thing
of, you know.
Even if you're completely fine, happy and good.
Yeah, exactly. They can't be happy in the moment.
Yeah.
They always need to think, oh, maybe there's another person who's prettier, wealthier, funnier, I don't know, who makes me more happy. And
that's completely fucked up.
Yes,
like you deprive yourself of your own happiness pretty much that way. Because you don't live in the moment, you live in the future all the time. You think, oh yeah, once I get a richer guy, once this guy or this girl has similar interests, or you know, you could be happy already, but you think, oh, maybe it gets better in the future. And you're never happy with yourself or your partner at all if you do that.
And then the monkey branching happens.
2 branches at once.
The next branch, and then he lets go of the first one. And so that's what people do. They are in a relationship, in a safe haven, so to say, and then they start looking, you know, when they're on a party or whatever, start dating, have a side chick. Yeah. Side guy, I don't know how you would put it in English. So that's what people do, and that's, as you say, they deprive themselves of happiness and just being happy in the moment. You create so much drama that way as well, because obviously there will be drama if someone finds out that you're doing that. People need drama. They're addicted to drama. They have no hobbies and no interests, so they need some drama in their lives. I know many people who do so this. Boring themselves. Many people are so boring that they need to create this drama to feel important as well, because they don't see their own value. Maybe they don't think they deserve anything, whatever, but they need to feel this. They need the attention that comes with the whole thing as well. Yeah. That's so fucked up. All the attention. All the attention! I think we're off topic a bit. What was the topic again? No, marriage. Marriage. Outdated or not? Yes, it is.
definitely. If you're religious, obviously, then for you it will be a different story. Then you don't do that for security or safety. You do it because you believe that it's an institution by God that you have to go through if you want to be with someone.
Which is, again, not a guarantee that someone might fuck it up.
Yeah, again, yeah, exactly. Just because God approved of your relationship doesn't mean that the nature of people won't come through, you know, and then fuck everything up.
But I think the argument is still a bit vague, because if we argument it this way, we can also say, well, don't leave the house today because you might get run over by a bus.
Yeah.
So no, it's not a correct mindset to never try anything. But what we're trying to say is, you don't need marriage to be happy together until you're very old.
Yeah. You can have a happy relationship without stuff like that.
Without the smallest handcuffs in the world.
Yeah. Which it is in the end, because if you marry, you are less likely, I suppose at least, I don't know, maybe it's the opposite, to say, oh, I'm going, I'm ending this relationship. Do you think that's...
Yeah, because you are losing a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what happens.
What do you think about...
There's court rulings in the US where a prenup, you know, where...
Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, and where the prenup is ignored. So quite wealthy guy marries not the wealthy woman, and they make a prenup, so it's all fine for him, and she divorces him for no reason at all, and he says, okay, well, we have a prenup, and the court ruling says, we will just ignore this prenup because I say so, and you will give half your shit to this woman.
Really?
It happens, yes.
Because I wanted to say get a prenup then, if you...
No,
you know?
I mean, it's happening in the US. I don't know if this ever happened in Germany. I don't know if it's possible.
Less likely, probably.
So I'm not a lawyer, so maybe someone
knows
better. I don't know.
Yeah, it's Ehevertrag, the marriage contract.
In the US, it's happening.
Okay.
And maybe in Canada too. I don't know. But there's lots of cases where famous guys, got divorced out of half of their money. Robin Williams is quite depressing. He was, I guess, married 4 times or so, and he was a very wealthy guy, but most of his earnings went to alimony and his ex-wives and so on. So that's why I think marriage can actually destroy a person. Because well, this guy...
I'm not saying that marriage did destroy him, that's why he killed himself, but maybe that was a contributing factor.
Saying, yes, it's quite... if you owe more to your ex-partners and children than you are earning, then it's quite a problem. It can drive you into depression.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, of course.
So it can hurt people.
Yeah. So, marriage, not a guarantee for anything. A prenup apparently isn't either, but if you're in the US.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? That's what I want to know the most, like your opinion on this. Tell us in the comments what you think, and we're gonna answer if we can. If you enjoyed this video, if you agree with us or disagree with us, leave a like and comment. Comment! That's most important. And subscribe to the channel.
Dislikes will be monstrous.
Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this and videos about the German language and culture in the future.
More videos on how we hate marriage.
No, we don't necessarily hate marriage. No, it's fine. If you want to marry, go ahead. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to get Germanized. Goodbye and auf Wiedersehen. Love the video? Make Get Germanized videos possible through your support on patreon.com/getgermanized and gain access to exclusive rewards and other cool things.